Hi, we're going to continue. So we were talking about the papers that are in here, and I was saying that the Kate Spade feedback postcard, you can turn that into me if you see me, or you can just text me a picture of it, and then I will recreate it, write it down. And when you enter your customers, you and she both get entered to win a Kate Spade handbag. And we do that drawing every quarter. So we do that 4 times a year. So you have 4 different times of the year that you will be entered to win that. And the more you enter, the more chances you have to win. The next section is where I have some information about Mary Kay, because we love passing on information about the business. And if somebody is excited and they want to hear more, then you want to send them home with something to look at. You can get them printed off of my website, or the company actually has a beautiful flyer that you can get. It's on section 2 under team building, and it's a double-sided color glossy flyer, and you can buy it in a pack and then have them handy to send people home with. And it's good for them to be able to look at that when they're thinking more about joining your team. The other thing that I have in here is the paper agreements. This is what people can fill out in order to join your team and order a starter kit. You can also order these on section 2 in Mary Kay In Touch when you're doing your orders under team building. What else do I have in here? And then in the back, I do have some catalogs, and I have the closing sheets. So catalogs are important because they're going to go home with these. They are not going to have this before they are finished placing their order and doing their individual closing, but it's something that you may give to them, especially if they're hosting a party or they book their second appointment. And I tell them to start looking through and picking out the colors that they want to try. We start planning the look that she wants to do. And this is something fun for her to start dreaming about what she wants to try at her next appointment. But I also have the other closing sheets here in the back, the extras of the ones that I use, the ones for botanicals, the ones for clear proof. I like to keep them handy. And then, of course, I have most of the ones for the miracle set, because that's what we're doing most of the time. But I keep my extras with me in case I need those too, because you just sometimes are surprised at who comes, and you just want to be surprised. The other thing that you're going to want to bring to your party that I think is fun is a roll of tickets, or just break off a bunch and tie them or fold them up. I play games with these, and you can see more about how I do that if you watch my flip chart video. But I like to make my parties interactive. And so what I'll do is I'll ask questions throughout the party, and then I will give them a ticket if they get it right. So I keep half and they keep the other half. And at the end of the party, we do a drawing and we give away a prize. And so I usually carry a small bag of prizes, and the prizes are going to be just like section 2 items, like a little deluxe mini, like an eye makeup remover, or a mini travel size mascara. Or you can use the little mini hand creams. Like these little hand creams are great. They make great little gifts, and women love to carry these in their purse. This is only about 60 cents. You can also find this under section 2, product samples, and then look for body care. And they come in a bag of 12. So these are great too. So I usually carry that cute little bag of things that I would give away as a party gift. You can also give it to a gift for anyone who books their second appointment, just as an incentive. There is a page in my flip chart, if you add this extra page in, where they get a prize if they give you referrals, book a second appointment, if they fill out the Kate Spade feedback form, and they send you a friend request on Facebook. So if they do those 4 things, then they get a little hand cream as a prize. All right, so keep up some prizes in a cute little bag and take it with you to your parties as bribes. Okay, you're bribing them to do the things that you want them to do. So the only other thing I think that you would need as far as supplies is some headbands to pull their hair back, and you can just get those from your dollar store or the drugstore. So let me show you one other thing that I bring to my parties, and I use these a lot. This is called a goodie bag. So this is just a little plastic bag. You can get these on Amazon. They seal up. just like that. And you can even put like people's names on them and customize them for the different people that come to your appointments. But having a goodie bag is a great way to incentivize someone to come to your appointment. When you have, let's say you have a friend and she's going to have a couple of her friends come, you can tell her, I'm really excited to do this party with you and your friends. I am going to make goodie bags for everybody. So can you please tell me all the names of everyone who's coming? And I need to ask them questions about their skin. And that's what we call pre-profiling. That's when you're going to get information about what their skin type is, what their skincare concerns are, what color their eyes are, if they have any allergies or sensitivities, and if they've ever tried Mary Kay before, because we want to make sure they don't already have a Mary Kay consultant. So you got to ask that question going in. You want to be prepared, and asking some of those pre-profile questions on the front end gets people excited. They feel that they're being, you know, kind of having a customized experience, and then having a customized goodie bag makes them even feel more special. So what I put in here is a color card. These are samples, and you can choose the one that's best for their eye color. And then I have a little second date card. This shows them that at their second appointment, they get a $10 gift card from me just for doing that, and they get $10 free per person who joins them. So that's an incentive for them to bring friends. The more they bring, the more free stuff they get. But in the fine print, it says they have to be over 18, do not already have a Mary Kay consultant, and they have to place an order for her to receive that $10 coupon. And then on the back, this is like a little planning sheet. So when you're doing your individual closing, you can check off what she's most interested in trying, and then write the date and the time of when her appointment is booked. Because you always want to leave your appointments with another appointment booked, because then your business continues to flow, and you always have people that you're going to be in front of, because you're always getting bookings from your bookings. And if you have business cards, you can put them in here. Sometimes I'll put a little piece of candy in. And I also give them another bribe. If they go on my website and they fill out my registration on my personal website, my Mary Kay website, then I offer them a travel size mascara. And again, it's just about 60 cents. But what that does is it saves me the time from entering all that information in for them. So when they put it in, then I just go in and put in the rest of the details, maybe like their email or the things that they've ordered, but they've already entered things in for me. So that's what I bring to the party. Again, you can get these bags really cheap at party stores or on Amazon, and have them ready so that every customer gets one at the party, but they don't get it when they get there. They get it at the end. When they check out with you, you hand them the goodie bag. So that's an incentive for them to come over and talk to you, so that they get their goodie bag and they sit with you and they talk to you about what they liked and what they want to order. And then you give them their goodie bag. Okay, so make sure you hold that until the end. All right, so let's talk about a couple other things about keeping track of your customers. Well, I want to actually back up to actually what you have to do to get the customer, and that's to get bookings. And you should be able to find a sheet like this on my website. It is a booking tracking sheet. And this is where you're going to write down all the names of the people that you are trying to book, and you're going to keep track of the attempts that you make to call them and reach them to make the booking. You can write notes about what they say, and we know that it takes several attempts. So that's why there's several little blocks here to check off 1, 2, 3, 4, all the different days that you have tried to contact them. And it says like day 1, day 4, day 7, day 11, because sometimes we wait a couple days in between. You don't have to, maybe 1 day, maybe 2 days. I don't recommend waiting that long in between, because you want to make them feel like this is really important to me and I want to get in touch with you. But using this sheet and keeping it handy, either in a binder, we have binders that we call brain books in Mary Kay, and I'll show you mine. Mine is sort of like big and a little bit more involved because it's for directors, but it's good to have different categories of different things that you're going to be keeping track of, and just writing down. You see all my tracking sheets here? These are all the things that I want to keep track of in my business. And so you're going to have different categories to keep track of things, but this is like the most important. So keep it in a binder or in your planner or somewhere super handy, so you can always pull this out and know exactly who you are following up with. And it gives you a sense of accomplishment to check it off and know, I made these attempts today, and these are the people that I'm going to contact tomorrow, and these are the people I'm going to contact in three more days. And when you keep following up using those friendly, just very encouraging scripts, you're not pressuring people, you're not bugging them, you're just doing them the courtesy of following up because they're very busy and they probably forgot. So don't be concerned about following up. Know that it's you as a professional person is doing what it takes to get appointments. The other thing you're going to want to have in your brain book is your tracking sheet. And we have a tracking sheet in our national area for consultants where when you see your faces, you are going to write down the names of the people that you are seeing. And then you're also going to write down the names of the people that you have as guests to your success night at your Mary Kay meeting, or people that you have here as an interview for a sharing appointment, because they kind of count as double here. So this is like your ticket to success. This is like your roadmap to know what to do in your business. And when you accomplish the different things at the different levels, you're going to get a really great prize every month. Our national sales director, Laura McKeever, the amazing and wonderful and beautiful and smart and loving Laura, she gives us a different prize. This is an example of one of the prizes you could earn, or some fun earrings. And every month it's something different and trendy. And she is like really good gift giver. So you're definitely going to want to be receiving the prizes that she's offering to us. So make sure you take a closer look at all the different things that are here and shoot for one of the levels. You could shoot for the bronze level or the silver or the gold. And with every level, you're having to see a certain number of faces. Like at the bronze level, it's 15 faces or 4 parties. The silver level, it's 20 faces in 1 month. This is for 1 month or 6 parties. And the gold key is seeing 25 faces or 8 parties. All right, so let's just say at the bronze key and you see 15 faces, you are most likely going to have 600 in retail sales. That's just going to happen. And then with that, you're going to do your order of at least a $400 personal wholesale order. And with that, hopefully you're going to find 5 people out of those 15 to do an interview with and do a sharing appointment with. And probably you're going to have 1 new team member from that. Maybe even 2. So you'll be able to complete different ones and you check them off. And if you complete 4 out of the 5, you earn the monthly prize. So this is a very important tracking sheet that you're going to want to keep in your brain book. Keep it handy, keep it with you at all times, or even just stick it right in the middle of your planner so that every day you're looking at it and you are keeping it so that you can write down those faces that you are seeing, and it makes you excited to see more because you can see your progress as you're tracking it. And this is an important tracking sheet too because it helps you see the tracking of the people that you are reaching out to and you are ready to get them booked for an appointment. All right, so once you get them booked, all right, this is what I do. What I do is I take a blank profile card and I write their name and their phone number, the date and the location of the party. And then I have these little check marks so that I can keep track of what I'm doing. And I have a different video on my website, so I'm not going to go over all of this right now, but I want to know that I sent them a postcard so that they know that I'm ready to do this appointment with them and I'm excited. I'm going to send them an invite on using a pic collage image so they know like this is where the party is and this is the day of the party, and it's a picture that they can actually text to their friends as an invitation. So it's not something they have to send in the mail. And then another thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pre-profile her. So I'd have another check here that says that I did a pre-profile. This is another example of someone else. So I did a postcard, I did an invitation, and I did PP, that stands for pre-profile. So that means that I am going to be asking her those questions about her skin type, her allergies, her eye color, and that just makes me prepared to make that goodie bag. So I'm going through that and I'm coaching my parties. I'm coaching the people that I'm doing appointments with so they remember that I'm coming, that they remember to invite friends, and they get excited about the free stuff that I'm going to give them if I'm doing that. Okay. So that's my process of coaching and getting organized. And I do it right on the profile card with a big old yellow Post-it note. That's what's worked well for me. You may find a system that's different that works better for you. Okay. Then what do you do with a customer after you've done an appointment? All right, so this is an example of one that has already been done. And I'm just going to kind of cover up her information a little bit, but I have it all filled out. She's done all this, and she's done her order. And you know the receipt, it has 3 copies. Well, I put one of the receipts on the back, and I staple it to the back. So I have a paper copy of her order. I'm also going to enter this into the computer or my Customers app, so I have a copy on my computer. But I am going to write down her order. I'm checking off the things that she got. And if there's anything that I didn't have, I put a big circle around it to remember that I owe that to her. If she already paid me, which she should at the time of the order, I'm going to check it off and I'm writing PD for paid. That makes sure that I know that she gave me the money. Then when I come home, I'm going to enter this, or some people do it right there at the party. They enter people in through the My Customers app. So if you use your app, it's actually really quick, and you can put it, here's the app right there. It's the My Customers Plus app. And some people will actually check people out with their My Customers app open. And if the person has registered on their website in the beginning, like before the party, their name should already be in there, and you can pull it up and just finish the details. What you might want to do is just put in the order while she's telling you what she wants, and then later you could go back and put in her email, address, phone number, birthday, that kind of thing. It depends on how fast you are as a typer, okay? But either way, you can add a customer, and I'm going to just click on that person's face to be the customer. And here's where you just add in her first name, last name, her email, all that. Put it in here. You can even add her picture in there, and you can add her order in as well. Very easy. The other option is to put it in on your computer. So I'm going to see if I can do a screen share and show this to you on my computer. Let's see if we can do this. Okay. So this is what it looks like, and you go to Business Tools, and then you pull down to My Customers, and you open My Customers, and here we are at the different categories. You can add in a new customer, and this is where you're going to put in her name and add in all the details, and then you're going to add in her email. You want to make sure these 3 are checked because the person will be able to receive emails from you. They'll be able to receive the beauty emails from Mary Kay and product reminders. That's good. I'm going to tell you about that later. Their address, and I definitely like to put in their birthday, their month, and their date, because we do like a 20% off on your birthday month email to everybody, and that's a good thing to have on your records. And then after you put in her information, I'm not going to save it because I don't want to save this customer. She's pretend. But you can also add an order. Hold on a second. How am I going to do that? I think maybe you have to save her. Yeah, here she is. I can delete her later. And then you're going to add your order in. And with this, you get to choose if you're going to use customer delivery service, which means she gets it shipped directly to her from Mary Kay corporate, or my inventory, which means it's coming off your shelf, or you're going to order it for her and then have it delivered to you, and then you would deliver it to her. If you don't have ProPay, you don't have this as an option. ProPay is the credit card service that we can have for $39 a year, and we can have the way to charge credit cards for our customers. But let's pretend we're doing that. We just add in the products, like let's just say it's a moisturizer, and we added that. Then let's say we wanted to order eye makeup remover. Let's see if it works if we say that. There it is. Sometimes you don't have to type in the whole thing, and then you add that. So let's say this person ordered a moisturizer and an oil-free eye makeup remover. This is actually an old product that we don't usually do, so we're going to take that one out. And we're going to do the 3D cleanser. Let's do that one. Let's see what happens if we do that. Doesn't recognize it. Sometimes you have to keep trying. There we go. All right, so now we're going to say that she ordered the 3D combination oily miracle set. And you're going to just double check, make sure your prices look right. And this is what she ordered. You could put the date of the order. You can put the payment that she used. And you would then be able to choose the follow-up reminders. This is really cool because we can choose the 2+2+2, and that is going to be how Mary Kay is going to send them an email 2 days, 2 weeks, and 2 months later so that they can get information and just reminders and thank yous in a cute little email that looks really professional from Mary Kay. As far as the payment back up here, if you want to say that she paid with cash or check, you can. If she used a credit card, you're probably not going to add it in here. You're probably going to charge it on your ProPay app, and you're going to just take care of it there, because then you can store the card and charge it later when she orders things in the future, and it makes it really convenient for her. If you add it here, you can't really save it. The other thing to notice here is a tag. You can add a tag. For example, if you want to remember that she's a skincare customer, you can just add her as a different category, and then later it makes it easy to search your customers. So once you have that in there, it's not going to let me mark it as complete because I didn't have, oh, okay, it's letting me do that. Okay, so these are the things that she ordered, and now it's going to send a follow-up 2 days later, 2 weeks later, and 2 months later. Isn't that cool? So it's just a great way to have everything organized on your Mary Kay In Touch on your computer, which then links to your app, which is really great because then everything is super organized. Then the last thing I wanted to show you here is that we also have something at the bottom of the business tools called weekly accomplishments. And this is where you're going to enter in all of the orders that have been taken over the course of that week. So here's the order we just put in for Susan Smith. We can also add in that we spent an hour of time with her. Maybe there were 3 people at the party. Maybe you got 2 bookings and you sold a skincare set. Then it is listed as a party, but you can choose different things here. You can put in the sales tax, the gifts you gave away, and any free gift that you gave away is maybe a prize, and any non-recovered sales tax. If you need more explanation about what it is, you can just click on this and it will explain it to you. Okay, then you're going to add it in, and it totals it up to your weekly accomplishments, and it shows you all the things that you've had happen during the week with the totals. And at the end, you can take a look at all of these different things, but this one is important. You can submit this to me, your director, and then I can see all of the work that you have done through the week. So it's submitted to me, and your weekly accomplishments are going to be tracked and very organized. All right, so I hope we're back now. And what I wanted to show you finally is when you're finished with your parties, what you do with your cards after you have entered them in. I like to use these yellow Post-it notes to take notes about people. If they said something that I want to remember for future follow-up, I will write it here on the front so it's big and easy for me to see. Then I have these boxes. I love these boxes because it's going to really keep everything organized, and it's going to help me remember to follow up with people. So if I still owe her a product, I have a category that says I owe Mary Kay, and then I have to remember to get that product for her. This is an example of a customer that I owe something to, and I keep her in there and circled. So when I place my next order, I'm going to put that out and order that for her. If she owes me money, I have a category that says owes me money. And then I know I've got to charge her card or get a check from her in the mail. If someone is booked, if they booked an appointment, I keep their cards behind the one that says booked. If they are someone who needs to reschedule because something happened, she got sick and she couldn't do it, I keep her profile card there so I remember to follow up with her. If she's a potential recruit, someone who I want to share with, she said, yes, I'm interested, I'll put her there. And that's in the front because that's really important. Then if they are a person who is a new customer, and I do like a 2-day follow-up, and then I have one for a 2-week follow-up and a 2-month follow-up. And they just continue to go back into the different categories and they move to the next part of my box as I am communicating with them. So I might send them a message, follow up with them, and then move them to the next section. And then follow up, send a message, and then move them to the next section. And then at the very end, I have these multiple attempts. It says like first attempt, second attempt, third attempt, because I am trying to get in front of them again to do another appointment. And if I don't get in front of her again, she might forget about me. And I want to show her the color and some of the other skincare products we have. So I'm really working hard to get in front of her again. And that's why I make 1 attempt, 2 attempt, 3 attempt. And I might write her down here just so I remember who I'm reaching out to, or write her down in my notebook. And I know that if I continue to ask and get her excited and give her special rewards for it, I'm probably going to increase my chances of getting in front of her again. So that's how I organize this box with my customers after I've done the appointment. And then once they've gone through this, then I kind of archive them in a different box and I keep them in an alphabetical order. But in the beginning, when you have a small little customer base, you may not need lots of boxes. But I have lots of boxes over here of lots of profile cards. Some people are moving to be paperless and they just keep everything on their Mary Kay app and on the computer. They love it. They don't put anything in paper. And that's up to you too. If you find that that works better for you, you can do that. I tend to like to have the paper as just a tangible reminder of who I need to follow up with. But it does take up more space. So as your business grows and you have more cards, you just need to have a space to put these boxes. And speaking of boxes, the one other thing I wanted to show you is I keep my cards here of the people that I need to enter, and then it helps me remember who to follow up with sharing. And these are, this is a box of just different months. These are just the months of the year. And you know how the receipts have 3 parts? There's the top part that goes on the back of this, okay? And there's one part that goes to the customer. You give her receipt, and then I keep the other receipt in here. These are my receipts of all my orders to just keep track of in the month of October how many orders I had, and then I can quickly see, you know, what my totals were. Even though I probably have that in my weekly accomplishment sheet, I like to add it up at the end of the month so I know my sales. And it also helps me know who I need to follow up with 2 months later. So I can like just pull out this stack from October, and then in December, I can see all the people that I need to follow up with to see if they need to reorder products, see how their products are working for them, see if they can get together with me to do another party. And that's just a great system just for me to track. So I hope that all of these things helped you. I know they were a lot of things to take in, but remember, you're going to learn and you're going to grow and you're going to tweak it. So just start with what I have given you as tools. Get yourself organized, get yourself ready. Put some products in some places where you can get to them. Get your paper tracking sheets ready. Get your customer profile cards in a box so that you can keep them organized, and just go out there and start seeing some faces. That's what it's all about, is practicing with people and just getting out there so you can learn. So I hope this helped you today. Bye. See you next time.